Hello everyone, welcome to our today's session. Today we are going to study the third and last part of the sixth lesson, that is population. In our previous session we have seen the sex ratio and age and sex pyramid. Sex ratio means per thousand male how many females are there, so that is called sex ratio. And age and sex pyramid, we have seen how many males are there in India, how many females are there in India according to the age group 0 to 4, 5 to 8, like that we have seen. So in that we have seen that in India young generation is more, and in the Brazil old generation is more above. And if we will see the graph of if we will see the pyramid of age group, so we will find that above 80 that population is more in Brazil, and in our India that population is less. So today we will start the population growth rate. So here Brazil's graph has given year 1960, 1970, 1980, 1990, 2000. So on x-axis years are given. In the Brazil, when the decade end, that time they do the census, means census take place after 10 years, but at the end of the decade. And in our country at the beginning of the decade. So see, in the year 1960, that time Brazil's population growth rate was 0.3%. so the graph is going down. In the year 1970, so it is near about 2.5% population growth rate. Then here after 1990, the population graph of population growth rate of Brazil, it is rapidly decreasing. So here in the year 2000 we will find that just 0.2 to 3% growth rate of population in the Brazil. So it means that Brazil's population growth rate is very less in. So and if we will see the map of India, graph of India, then we will find, see, in the year 1961 our population growth rate was 2%. so if our population is 121 crore according to 2011 census, so 2% means 2 crore population will increase, means it is a huge growth rate in the population. Though the growth rate is slow, but the population is more. Growth rate means speed of growing the population or speed of increasing the population. In the year 1971, so the graph has increased, or we can say that population growth rate has increased. In the year 1981 we will find it is stable. So till 90 afterwards 1991 it slightly goes down. 2001 again we find some decrease in the population growth rate, and 2001 to 2011 we will see here in that graph it has given that population growth rate decrease in our country. It does not mean that population is decreasing in our country, population is increasing, but growth rate जो speed है population बढ़ने का वो थोड़ा कम हो गया है. So in the year, so first we will see the geographical explanation. The growth rate of population has reduced considerably in Brazil, as we have seen. It comes 0.5, 0.4 like that. However, this is not the condition in India. From 2001 to 2011, India's population increased by 18.2 crore. So India's population, though the graph is going downside, 2001 to 2011 the graph is going down, but population is increased by 18.2 crore. India's population growth rate was higher till 1971. As here see, 1971 India's population growth rate was higher because the graph is going upside. Then this rate stabilized. The rate of population growth is now declining, but the population is still growing, means growth rate is declining. It does not mean that population कम हो रहा है इंडिया का, population बढ़ ही रहा है, but जो स्पीड से बढ़ना चाहिए था वो स्पीड कम हो गई है. It is observed that in Brazil, the rate of growth is declining, and Brazil's population may not increase in the next 2 decades. Means Brazil's total population is very less. So if 1 or 2% will increase, then it will not affect, means it will not count as a huge growth rate in the population. But if we will talk about India's, then India's total population is already very high. So again 1% will also increase, then there will be huge increase in the population. So here what is the discussion given that we will study. What do these graphs show? This graph shows the growth rate of population of Brazil and India. Oh, but here the graph line is going down. Why? Correct. Though the lines show a downward trend, it does not mean the population is decreasing. It shows that the growth is less than the previous decade. Does that mean Brazil's population is decreasing? No. This means that the growth is less, and looking at the trend, in the near future Brazil's population may decrease. So see. Now we will study the life expectancy. Life expectancy means what? A person, how many years he can live. Sorry. So see, here in on x-axis years are shown, and the y-axis life expectancy has shown. Means 0 years, 10 years, 20, 30, 40, 50, like that, 80. So like that years are given. Life expectancy. If here Brazil's life expectancy has shown in the year 1960, suppose, so the people of the country in the Brazil, average life expectancy age has took out. So here said that 1960 means till 54 years, that is the average life expectancy of the people. It does not mean that ki after 54 the people will not survive, or he will not live, he will die. No, that does not mean. The people can live 60 years also, 70 years also, 80 years also, but it is the average per years took out. 1970, that is 59, 2010 73, 2016 75. So on the life expectancy many things are determined, like that if good condition people are living, if their economical condition is good, then health is also good, cleanliness and medical facility, government facility, if that all the things are there, then of course life expectancy will increase. And if poverty is there, dirtness is there, and no clean area, again due to poverty people cannot afford the treatment of the private hospitals, and in the government hospitals also if the condition is not good, that time the people will not survive for, people will not live for many years. So here Brazil's life expectancy is in the year 2060 75 years has shown. We will see the India's life expectancy in the year 1960, 41 age year, 41 years, that is the average. 1970 48, 1980 54. So like that 2016 it is 68%, sorry 68 years. So in here it is just, I have told you, again I am repeating, if government is giving good treatment to the poor people, means in the civil hospital, if they are providing all kind of facility, very less because poor people cannot afford that all the all these expensive treatment. So if on the cheap rate, if medical facility is provided, then the poor people can get good treatment. So there should be good civil hospitals, and government should take care of that hospitals. Time to time they have to provide whatever things are required, so then life expectancy of the people will increase. So okay, see, so compared to India, Brazil's life expectancy is more. In the year 2060, here it is given 68 and here 75. 2060 here 54 and in our country 41. But then also in our country also it is increasing. If technology is increased, then science and technology increase, medical facilities will increase, of course the life expectancy will increase. Now we will study here what is given. Increase in life expectancy is an indicator of development of the society. Improvement in medical facilities, progress in medical field, access to nutritious food leads to an increase in average life expectancy. In most of the developing countries, life expectancy is still less, but with socio-economic development it is increasing. Here it is said that due to improvement in the medical facility and nutritious food, then life expectancy is increasing of the people, citizens of any country. Nowadays developed countries also, there also life expectancy is less, but if socio-economic development is there, then life expectancy will increase of the citizen. Is there a relationship between increase in life expectancy and growth rate of population? If yes, then how? Of course there is a relationship between the life expectancy and growth rate of population, because if the people are healthy of the country, if they are living more years, then of course population will increase. So here what is the discussion given, that we'll see. These graphs show the life expectancy of Brazil and India, don't they? Yes, but what is the life expectancy? This means the average number of years a person born in a country is expected to live. This means that we Indians live for 68 years on an average. Yes, and Brazilians live for 75 years. The life expectancy of India was around 41 years in 1960, but now it has increased. It will continue in increase in future. So see student, that is the discussion, means in future again more facilities will come, again people's living standard will increase. Living standard is when it will increase, if economical development will take place due to industries, due to trade, transportation. Due to that, economic life of the people is increase, means economical development we will find, and economical development will find, then of course this living standard will also increase. If living standard will increase, then people will live clean and they will follow the good things, and due to that life expectancy will increase. Now here literacy rate, graph of literacy rate has shown. Literate means what? A person who is able to read and write any language, so that person is called literate person. So here Brazil's literacy rate we will see. Years are shown on x-axis and y-axis. Literacy rate in percentage has shown. In the year 1981, the literacy rate of Brazil was 74.6. 1991 it was 80.0, and in the year 2016 it was 92.6. means literacy rate of Brazil is increasing decade by decade. So see what is the condition of India, that we will see. In the year 1981 our literacy rate was 40.8%. In the year 1991 48.2, means it has increased by the 8%. In the year 2001 61.0, 2011 69.3, and 2016 72.2. in this way literacy rate in India is also increasing. But if we will compare literacy rate of Brazil and India, then we will say Brazil's literacy rate is more than India. Our government is trying a lot to increase the literacy rate. Government is applying many schemes for to increase the literacy rate. we were having Saksharta Abhiyan. Again, free education is provided, adult education. So in this way, government is trying to give, to make a maximum citizen literate in our country. So there are some areas, Kerala, so in that area literacy rate is 100%. So now here some information is given. We will study here what is the given now. From figure 6.3 to 6.7, various aspects of population composition are given. Study the graphs, discuss and answer the following questions. From graph 6.3 to 6.7, on the basis of all the graphs, some questions are asked. So try to give the answers. Which country has higher sex ratio? Of course, Brazil's, they are having high sex ratio. So next, which country has higher literacy rate? This answer will also Brazil. Which country is growing at the fast rate? India. India is growing at the fast rate. Which country's population has a higher life expectancy? Brazil. Which country has higher population of old age people? So this answer is also Brazil, because in the Brazil old age people are more. So here think about it. Considering the above discussion, what should be done so that our manpower is utilized properly, sex ratio improves and population growth is controlled? Write 2 or 3 sentences on each. So here what are your ideas, what are your opinion? So you have to write each topic 2 to 3 line, how we can utilize the manpower properly, because see our population is more, then our country should get developed very soon at miss. So how to utilize the manpower, what are your ideas? You have to write in 2 to 3 line. Next is the sex ratio improve means per thousand male, the females percentage, the females number, how to increase, what should be done? So on this topic also you have to write 2 to 3 lines. And population growth rate is controlled. How to control population growth rate, what policy should be follow, so that you have to write. Okay, next here given write a similar conversation using the graph in figure 6.7 based on the earlier conversation. So here there is no discussion, no conversation of the student like in earlier we have seen. So here you have to prepare like that. What is the here use your brain power. If the proportion of dependent age groups increase in the composition of population, how will it affect the economy of country? So if the dependent people means non-working people, so for example 0 to 16 years means the children, they cannot work, so they are completely depend on their parents are earning, and in this way they are providing all the facilities to the children. And same with the aged person means old age people, they are also not working. So if that number dependent class will increase, then of course it will affect on the economy of the country, because to provide them facility, to provide them food and all the things, so it will be pressure on the working class, and of course the pressure will be on the government also. So like that it will affect the economy of the country. So here it is given, give it a try. Study the indices of both density map of both the countries. What difference do you find? What conclusion you can draw? Next is given, do you know census of the India conduct enumerate of population every 10 years. Similarly in Brazil, IGBE, that is Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics, carries out census every 10 years. The first census survey of both the countries was carried out in 1872. In India, census conducted at the start of the decade means 1961, 1971, like that. Now our next census will come in 2021. In Brazil, the census is conducted at the end of the decade means 1960, 1970, like that. So here we have reached to the end of the chapter. Now I hope you understood the chapter. I have tried to make it easier for you. Thank you very much.